Hello everyone and welcome to the Voider Club once again, and we are back out in the wonderful countryside with my GS300. Now, since last week's video, a couple of things have happened, so I'm going to go and fill you in on those, and then we're going to go over some more of the plans for the car, and we're going to go over some little details that I want to change, and then some little minor things that obviously need fixing. Since the last time that I recorded, the car has gone to a specialist, a local specialist So essentially, what I have discovered about this car upon taking it to the Lexus specialist that I went to, it's fine. Simply put, there's very, very little wrong with this car, given it's 22 years old. But I can't really be surprised at that, because it has been pretty much every single year, maybe missing 1 or 2 years here and there. Full service history. It's had a clean MOT wrap. It is essentially, you could say, definitely one of a kind in that regard. It has been very well looked after by its previous owners, that potentially if they see this, they might recognize the car. Thank you very much for giving me a really strong base to start with. Essentially, the problems list is as follows. Apparently, it's a very common thing for the upper control arm bushings to go on these, and they are starting to look a bit perished, but they are nowhere near gone. They have got plenty of life left in them, but if it's something I wanted to do, it's something that I wouldn't be wasting my money on, put it that way. The exhaust, yes, it's an exhaust, so it is going to suffer with a lot of corrosion and surface rust, and some of the connections are looking a bit crusty, but as it sits, it could probably last another year, 2, maybe 3 years of considerate driving. But the only real issue that this car has is the radiator. So that is something that I'm going to have to change in the next probably couple of months. However, I was recommended to go really with an OEM style one, and especially because I plan on sort of restoring this, that is what I'm going to go ahead and do, and go for the proper setup that it needs. Because like I was told, and I completely agree with, and I'm sure this is probably something that you guys would probably agree with, that this radiator has lasted 22 years. Without fault. It's only just starting to go after 22 years of service. So if I can buy another radiator and it lasts even half that time, that is a very well conceived purchase. So I'm going to go with an OEM replacement that comes with the I believe he said it was an oil cooler or a cooler at the bottom of the radiator. And really, that is everything that's wrong with this car. There's obviously a few little things here and there that I can tweak and fix, and that will need replacing in the future, but really the only thing that needs doing is a rad. Fans are fine, the shroud's fine, the engine is running sweet as a nut. But I am really pleased with this car. What was I going to say now? I can't remember. As I mentioned before, that the exhaust is failing slightly, so I called up Cobra Sport and asked them for a quotation. Upon receiving my quote, I have decided to go ahead and use them for my exhaust supplier. So essentially, that will be the first mod that I will end up doing to this car, but again, that will be in the next year. So I'm just keeping you guys updated with what's going on with it. So it will be from a full stainless, well, not a full stainless system, a stainless system from the cat's back. So it'll be a cat back exhaust with the custom mufflers / silencers that they do. So it'll be a full proper system. That is what I'm going to be doing with the exhaust. There is a few things here and there that I'm going to need to be doing with the car. So it is, as you can see, it's quite a long car. It does take a minute to walk down it from end to end. So on the back there is rear parking sensors, and on the front there isn't. It's something that I might consider doing, but with the way I've been driving, it doesn't really feel that big, to be honest. So I think I'm just going to keep the sensors on the back. I might end up putting a camera in just for a laugh sort of, but I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it pretty standard in that regard. In terms of what I want to do with the engine, however, I think I'm going to keep it pretty standard. So it is infamously known as the 2JZ GE, different to the one in the Supra because the one in the Supra had a turbo, so it was the GTE model. So this one is the more, not underwhelming, but it's the less powerful version, producing, I believe it was around 220 brake horsepower, to which this is probably around that because it has been really well looked after these past years. So like I said, I'm going to keep it pretty standard. All I really think I'm going to end up doing is just making it breathe a bit nicer with a cold air intake or a better intake and a freer flowing exhaust system. So now we are at the back of the car, like I said, with the exhaust. Like, they do look pretty nice, but I do want some chunkier tips on that beast. So, like I said, with the engine, I'm going to be keeping that pretty standard. Potentially a turbo in the very distant future, but for the time being, because it has been so well looked after, I want to continue that and really just enjoy it for what it was meant to be. Just a sort of long distance, comfortable cruiser. If we're going to go for the full VIP setup, we're obviously going to need some big chrome silver wheelie boys. But because of the wheels that I've got, I do really like them. What the plan was for those is that I plan on keeping them, not selling them, and keeping them as a winter set. So I'll be getting some snow size and putting that on these wheels. I'm really hoping it doesn't, it looks like it's picking all this noise up, so we'll hopefully be able to get rid of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that it was vaguely informative into what I plan on doing for this build. Like I said, it's not going to be starting for a while because I need to get things tip-top, in shape, and I need to make sure everything's ready before I start whacking hundreds or thousands of pounds into this car. I need to make sure it can take it and that it is worth doing. So, thank you for watching. I do really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully see you guys next week. And in the meantime, enjoy. So, goodbye.